This is our planet, the one place we all call home, and this is part 7, our forests. Without forests, life as we know it wouldn't exist. They are key to our climate, and together with jungles, they are home to half the planet's land-living species, and yet we continue to cut them down. The great thing about forests is that they can bounce back, but we must give them a chance. In this picture we can see great hornbills battle in the canopy of India's Western Ghats forest. All about our forests. Forests and jungles cover almost a third of all the Earth's land area. There are different kinds of forests. Each contains a delicate balance of trees and other plants, animals, fungi, and bacteria. Some forests are in temperate parts of the world where there are 4 seasons each year, with wide changes in temperature and daylight hours. Many seasonal forest trees are deciduous, which means they shed their leaves in winter to avoid damage by cold and snow. Other seasonal forests consist of mainly conifer trees. Conifers have needle-shaped leaves with a waxy coating that helps them cope with extremely cold or dry conditions. They keep their leaves all year round. The largest seasonal forest on Earth is called the boreal. It's spread across continents just south of the Arctic, from North America to Russia and Europe's Scandinavian regions. With long, cold winters and short summers, the boreal forest contains over 750 billion trees. Not only does this store vast amounts of the world's carbon, the boreal forest is home to a range of animals such as elk, bison, moose, beavers, and bears, birds including cranes and warblers, and insect species from aphids to beetles and sawflies. Forest regions close to the equator are tropical, with a steady, warm and wet climate. These are tropical rainforests, sometimes known as jungles, and have particularly thick vegetation and a wide variety of species. In the Indian Ocean, the island of Madagascar is home to a unique tropical forest teeming with life. Cut off from the rest of the world for millions of years, the Madagascan animals and plants have evolved into forms quite different from anywhere else. Here, you'll find creatures with weird and wonderful names like the panther chameleon and tomato frog, as well as the cat-like fossa. Here we can see all the different sorts of leaves that we might find in these forests. We have the baobab leaf, the oak leaf, common beech leaf, loblolly pine leaves, redwood leaves, rubber tree leaves, silver fir leaves, and the broadleaf maple leaf. In this picture over here we can see a fox in a Ukrainian forest. Special quality. Resilience is key to seasonal forests. When left to adapt over time with a mix of old and new trees, forests can spring back to life even after a fire. Stories from our forests on the prowl. The Siberian tiger is able to patrol a territory of almost 2,000 square kilometers. This species is under threat, with fewer than 600 in the wild worldwide. It is mainly found in the boreal forests of the Russian Far East and areas of China. In areas where prey is in short supply, this rare but magnificent creature needs a vast hunting ground to keep itself alive during the long winter. The Siberian tiger preys on rabbits and hares, as well as larger animals such as deer, moose, and even bears. It's a clever beast and tracks wild boar through the forest. The wild boar is keeping its eye out for pine cones, which make a tasty treat. Where there are pine cones, there are likely to be boar, but will one emerge from the undergrowth? As the boar knows the tiger might be watching, this game of hide and seek can go on for a long time across huge areas of forest. When food is in short supply, the tiger can only hope that the boar will risk its life for a chance to eat. And over here we can see the Siberian tiger, and then the Siberian tiger as it's stalking the wild boar. Wild and weird. Welcome to the remote island of Madagascar, a tropical forest home to wildlife found nowhere else on Earth. The lemur is one of many strange creatures to be found on the island's forest community. There are more than 100 species and subspecies of lemur that are unique to Madagascar, including the ring-tailed lemur. This sociable little creature lives in groups of up to 30 animals and is vital to the survival of some tree species on the island. This is because the tree fruits form a central part of the lemur's diet, and the seeds are spread in their droppings. Like so many creatures of Madagascar, this lemur is an endangered species. The fact is, most of the island's forests have been lost to farming or cut down for timber, and the wildlife is under threat. It's possible to protect this unique environment through careful forest management, but time is running out. Forest giants. The last of the great redwood forests are found in North America. Not so long ago, these gigantic conifers grew throughout the Pacific Northwest. Now, less than 5% remain and are able to grow all year round because of the warm air from the Pacific. Water wonders. Found in India, Africa, Australia, and Madagascar, the baobab can contain thousands of liters of water inside its trunk. This makes it a vital resource for local wildlife in dry conditions, and is the reason why it's also sometimes known as the bottle tree. Cone carriers. There are more than 115 species of pine trees, 40 of which are most common. These conifer trees produce bundles of waxy needles rather than leaves, along with cones that contain pollen or seeds. And in the pictures we can see the redwood tree, the pine tree, and the baobab tree. And over here is the ring-tailed lemur. Protecting our forests. Forests help us breathe. Trees soak up carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases that cause climate change and release oxygen into the atmosphere. Rewild and reconnect. We need to stop clearing forests and allow them to recover. Give tree saplings a chance and they will quickly grow, creating corridors that join up forests that were separated to help forest wildlife that needs to roam. Get smart about sourcing. With careful management, we can source timber from existing and newly planted forests in a way that doesn't harm the environment and allows it to thrive. Put forests first. As well as protecting ancient woodland, we can encourage growth in rural and even urban spaces. Forests have the potential for a bright future. We just need to let them shine. And that is the end of part 7, Our Forests. From our planet, the one place we all call home.